Stay gold, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation. The movie starts off with Ponyboy Curtis leaving the movie theater and proceeds to get harassed by a rival gang known as the Socs. Ponyboy is from the least fortunate side of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and is known for his greasy hair. The Socs would berate him, calling him a greaser. While walking home, the Socs nearly killed Ponyboy by slitting his throat, but was saved by the greasers. Instead of comforting him, his brother Derry criticized him as he should have carried one as well. The middle child Soda Pop then lets him know that if he'd carried, things could have ended a lot worse.
If you had to go by yourself, you should have carried a blade.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great excuse for the Socs to cut his neck a little more there.
The next day, Dally takes Ponyboy and Johnny to a drive-in movie. Dally then catches the eye of a beautiful redhead Soc named Cherry Valance. He shoots his shot but ends up selling bricks.
Find out if this is your real red hair.
Oh, cut it out.
If this is the same red hair that you have on these eyebrows too.
Johnny then tells Dally to leave the girls alone and he leaves. After the movie ends, Ponyboy and Johnny offers to take the girls home, and this is where they're confronted by the Socs and their rival gang leader Bob. But Cherry de-escalates the situation by speaking her stance against violence. Back home, Johnny refuses to go home. He comes from an unstable home, and with him being an unstable person, it was said his mental was never the same after he got jumped by the Socs. He questions life, why we have to be divided, and discriminates against based on social class.
Seems like it's gotta be someplace without grazers, Socs. Must be someplace just plain ordinary people.
They accidentally fall asleep and Ponyboy rushes home. Dally berates him for being out late, and he tells Ponyboy that he can't call the cops about his whereabouts. Since their parents died, Ponyboy is being raised by Derry, thus Derry had to drop out of high school and work full-time to hold down the house. He then strikes Ponyboy and he runs out. Ponyboy and Johnny walks to the park and are confronted by Bob and the drunk Socs. They get attacked and Ponyboy nearly drowns at the park's fountain. Johnny then comes in and kills Bob. Realizing what they've done, they go to Dally for some advice. He tells them to go on the run. He gives them money, a loaded gun, and new clothes. He then tells them to go to Windricksville and hide out at an abandoned church. Once there, Johnny gets supplies to last him a week, which includes a loaf of bread, bologna, peanut butter, deck of cards, and a book of Gone with the Wind. Johnny also gets peroxide. Now that they're fugitives, they have to disguise their looks and cut their hair. After all this, Ponyboy is still nervous about last night's incidents. Johnny clarifies that he killed Bob and not him and wants him to stop talking about it. They spend their pastime reading Gone with the Wind out loud and recite poetry. One poem we recite was Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost.
Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sang to grief. So dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay.
4 days later, Dally visits them to update about the case. Dally tells the two that he directed the cops saying they were on the run to Texas. While getting something to eat, he tells Johnny and Ponyboy that Cherry will testify against her boyfriends. Johnny gets an idea to turn himself in on the grounds of self-defense, but Dally disagrees as he thinks he'll still get jail time. They drive back to the church and find out it's on fire. Now there are theories on how the fire got started. Could have been the cigarettes, could have been a candle, could have been that warmer. But Ponyboy instincts kick in and goes inside the church to save the kids. So does Johnny and eventually Dally. Luckily, no kids were harmed. Same couldn't be said about Johnny or Dally, in which the former suffered severe back burns. They arrive back in Tulsa where Ponyboy is reunited with his brothers. The next morning, Ponyboy finds out that he, Johnny, and Dally made the newspaper by none other than Tom Cruise. The joy is short-lived as Johnny will be charged with manslaughter and a judge will be sending Ponyboy to a boys' home. Once Derry leaves, Ponyboy is put under the care of 2-Bit Matthews for the day. They get confronted by the Socias and a Soc named Randy talks to Ponyboy about the upcoming Rumble. He brings up that it doesn't matter what the result will be and it's not worth it.
Doesn't matter if you whip us, you'll still be where you were before, at the bottom. And we'll still be the lucky ones at the top with all the breaks. Doesn't matter. Greasers will still be greasers and Socias will still be Socias.
At the hospital, they visit Johnny, who's in very bad shape. Johnny talks about how he once didn't care about life, but now that he's in the hospital, he has a new perspective. The nurse tells Johnny that his mother wants to see him, but Johnny doesn't want to see her. 2-Bit then calls Johnny's mother a deadbeat mother who doesn't care about her son.
Hunter hates your guts. You don't even care about him, you damn drunk. You go straight to hell. You go right to hell.
They visit Dally, who wants to win the Rumble for Johnny as his conditions worsens. Before the Rumble, Cherry visits Ponyboy and they talk about Johnny. She refuses to visit him as he killed Bob, and that was her boyfriend. Back home, Derry doesn't want Ponyboy to fight as he says he's not feeling good. Ponyboy refutes that he's sick and they go on. And let me just say, I love this Rumble scene as the rain makes the fight more menacing. But long story short, the Greasers win the Rumble and Dally quote unquote kidnaps Ponyboy. And notice how the rain stops when the fight is over. At the hospital, they tell Johnny about their victory, but Johnny isn't impressed. He then tells Ponyboy to stay gold before going into his eternal sleep.
Stay gold, Ponyboy. Stay gold.
Johnny's death sends Dally's mental into a dark place. He goes to a store and tries to rob the place. After failing, the store clerk shoots him. He calls Derry to meet him at the park to rescue him, but his save is too little too late. He points an unloaded gun at the cop, who then shoots him, ending his life. After this, Ponyboy is due at court and all things go according to plan. Pony is found not guilty of his crime and does not have to go to a boys' home. Pony arrives at school and the teacher let him know that he's failing, but he gives him an alternative assignment to help boost his grade with a C. The assignment is to write a paper about his past experience. Soda Pop meanwhile reaches his breaking point after another argument between Derry and Ponyboy. He's tired of them fighting and being stuck in the middle, and they all reach an agreement to never fight and be a real family.
I mean how it was before. So please, don't fight anymore.
Ponyboy then receives a letter from Johnny saying saving those kids was worth his life and to never change. He also asks Pony to take Dally to look at a sunset. Pony then starts his alternative assignment and the film ends. This film is actually incredible. I remember when I first saw this film back in the 7th grade, I had to read the book for an assignment and tried to cheat my way by watching the film before finishing the book. And to all my viewers watching this for a book report, please read the book so you can get a passing grade. But once you finish the book, please watch this movie. You won't regret it. And that concludes the Outsiders review. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.